Opals. People often call them solidified rainbows, maybe like tiny galaxies trapped in a stone.
Yeah, they really capture the imagination.
But they're way more than just pretty. They're, I think, genuinely some of the most mystifying gemstones out there. Like truly mystical.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to take a really deep look at some maybe 20 surprising facts about opals. And I think these will really change how you see these incredible geological wonders.
Okay, yeah, let's get right into it because the first thing, and maybe the most surprising thing right off the bat, is what they actually are. I mean, unlike most gems we think of like diamonds or sapphires with their crystal structures, opal isn't even a crystal.
Exactly. It's classified as an amorphous mineral. It's
Yeah.
mainly, silicon dioxide. But here's the kicker: water. Lots of it sometimes.
Water inside the gemstone.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Opals can hold anywhere from, say, 3% up to maybe even 21% water within their structure. And that water content is precisely why they're a bit sensitive. They can dry out, become brittle, even crack over time if not cared for. It's quite unique.
So it's this watery, non-crystalline structure that gives them that magic, right? The famous play of color.
That's it. It's not like pigment. It's about light.
Okay.
Inside the opal, there are these millions of tiny microscopic silica spheres all lined up. And when light passes through them, it interferes, it diffracts. Basically, the light gets split into all its different colors, like a prism, but inside the stone. That's what creates that shifting iridescent flash.
Wow.
And that's a signature play of color. Only precious opals really show that. Common opals, they don't have the same ordered structure.
That color play is just mesmerizing. It really makes you wonder, have you ever actually seen an opal in real life? Like, held one? Tell us in the comments. We'd genuinely love to know what you thought.
And thinking about where they come from, well, Australia is, without a doubt, the opal capital of the world.
Right. Isn't that like almost all of them?
Yeah, something like 90, maybe 95% of all precious opals are mined there. Places like Coober Pedy, Lightning Ridge, and Amuka. They're legendary in the opal world.
But get this, and this is one of those, wait, what? Facts. Opals aren't just an Earth thing.
Oh, where else?
NASA found opal-like minerals on Mars.
Seriously, on Mars.
Yeah, talk about out-of-this-world facts. And it's a big deal because it strongly suggests water was present there in the past. A major clue for planetary science.
That's incredible. But back here on Earth, Australia isn't the only player, even if it's the biggest.
True. There are others, like Mexico.
Exactly. Mexican opals are quite distinct, often more transparent and known for these really vibrant, fiery red or orange, sometimes yellowish hues, beautiful in a different way.
And what about the newer ones? Ethiopian opals seem to be everywhere now.
They're a relatively recent discovery, yeah. Only really hit the market big time around 2008. But they quickly gained popularity, often very vivid play of color, and sometimes a bit more affordable than Australian opals.
Interesting.
It does make you think, though. What other amazing geological treasures might still be out there, just waiting to be found?
Good question. Now let's talk value, because not all opals are created equal in that department. Black opal. That's the top tier, right?
Generally, yes. Black opals, found almost exclusively in Lightning Ridge, Australia, are the most highly prized. That dark body tone just makes the play of color pop incredibly intensely. It seems to glow from within.
They are stunning. I mean, would you dare to wear a black opal? They have such a presence.
They really do. And then you've got something quite different, the fire opal.
Ah, yes. Not necessarily the play of color thing.
Right. Fire opals are valued more for their body color, that bright, intense orange or red. They're often transparent or translucent and might not have much iridescence at all. It's a different kind of beauty, that fiery glow.
So many variations. And some can be huge, right? Like record-breaking huge.
Oh, absolutely. Take the Olympic Aurora. It's the largest cut opal ever recorded, I believe.
How big are we talking?
Over 200 carats. And valued at several $1 million. Just imagine holding something like that.
Wow. That's hard to even picture. It's amazing how these stones also carry so much history and superstition sometimes.
Definitely. Opals have a really interesting kind of contradictory history in human belief. The ancient Romans, for instance, absolutely loved them. They thought opals held the virtues of all gems because they showed all the colors. So very lucky, symbols of hope.
Okay, lucky charms for the Romans. But then things shifted drastically.
They really did. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and somehow the reputation completely flipped. Opals became associated with bad luck, witches, even illness. Some people actually linked them to the plague.
Whoa! How does that even happen? From lucky to cursed?
Well, that whole curse of the opal idea, turns out it's largely a myth. Yeah, A lot of it seems to stem from the 19th century. Apparently, there were some pretty intense marketing rivalries between big jewelry houses. Some dealers wanted to push diamonds and other stones, so they might have spread negative stories about opals to hurt their competitors.
Huh. So a marketing ploy basically created a curse legend.
It seems like a big part of it, yeah. Shows how powerful stories can be, doesn't it? Shaping perception like that.
Definitely. Here's a kind of random fun fact, though, the Russian word opalit, which means like to burn or singe. Zero connection to the gemstone. Just a complete linguistic coincidence. Weird, right?
That is
Yeah.
strange. Okay, back to the stone itself. One really unique thing tied to that water content we mentioned,
Yeah.
their color isn't always stable. It can actually change.
How so?
Well, if an opal dries out too much, the play of color might dull or the stone could turn kind of milky. But interestingly, if it gets rehydrated, say, absorbs moisture from the air, the color can sometimes become brighter again.
So they're kind of alive in a way,
Yeah.
reacting to their environment.
In a mineral sense, yeah. But that sensitivity also relates to their hardness. Don't expect them to be tough like a diamond.
Right, they're softer.
Quite a bit softer, actually. On the Mohs hardness scale, they're around 5.5 to 6.5. Diamonds are a 10, sapphires are a 9. So, opals need more care. They can get scratched or chipped more easily than harder gems. Definitely something to keep in mind if you own one. Treat it gently.
Good advice.
Hmm.
And people should also know that synthetic opals are a thing, right? Man-made ones.
Yes, they've been producing synthetic opals since the 1970s. They can look very convincing.
How can you tell the difference?
Often the synthetic ones have a play of color that looks too perfect, maybe too uniform or smooth. Real opals usually have more subtle variations, kind of organic patterns, maybe tiny imperfections that give them character.
Ah, okay. Good to know. And of course, for anyone born in a certain month.
That's right. Opal is the official birthstone for October. A beautiful choice, I think. Fits the season.
Totally. Which I guess brings us to maybe the most fundamental point about them all.
Their uniqueness.
Exactly. Every single opal is unique.
Absolutely. You will never find two opals that are exactly identical. Each one has its own specific play of color, its own internal pattern, its own structure. That complete individuality is really what makes them so special. Each one is genuinely a one-of-a-kind piece of natural art.
So when you really get into it, an opal isn't just a pretty stone. It's like a whole world locked inside a mineral. It holds Earth's history, maybe a bit of Mars' history too. It's got rainbows, water, maybe a bit of perceived magic. It kind of defies simple categories.
Perfectly put. That unparalleled individuality, the way they interact with light, even how they can subtly change, that's the heart of the opal. No two alike. Each one its own little masterpiece.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other hidden worlds or surprising truths might be out there waiting to be discovered? Maybe right here on Earth or even, further out in the cosmos. Ready to challenge our ideas like opals do. Anyway, if you enjoy this deep dive into the really enchanting world of opals, please let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts and answer that question. Have you ever held an opal? Seen that play of color up close? Share your experience in the comments below. We're genuinely curious.